Hello everyone, I'm Jinling from Universiti Tunku Abdul Rahman, Malaysia. Hi everyone.
Hi,
Hey.
Miss.
Hello. Okay, so just let me share my screen first. Okay. Okay, so let me start off by introducing myself. My name is Jinling from Universiti Tunku Abdul Rahman, Malaysia, one of the fastest growing private institutions in Malaysia. Just a short introduction about Malaysia. So Malaysia, we have 13 states and 3 federation territories, and our official language is Malay, which is similar to Indonesian. And then other languages that we use, especially in the higher education, would be English. So I believe that at taking an education in Malaysia, it's not much difficult because we are using official language in the university, which is English. And then as for communication, during our normal daily life and so on, we do actually mix English, Malay, Chinese, all together in one sentence. Yeah. So, all right. So this is Malaysia. And then we are multicultural society. We have Chinese, Malay, English, and also other races. And then it's a food heaven where you get a lot of delicious food, and which I also believe that some of the food are also similar to what you have in Indonesia. Okay. And then why should you study in Malaysia? So these are some of the fun facts that we have collected for your reference. So Malaysia, especially in Kuala Lumpur, is one of the top 10 most affordable city for students to study. And then for our university, we basically have 2 campuses, which I will show to you in my slides later. Do stop me if I'm going too fast, okay? So this is the introduction of our university. We have 2 campuses, and up to today, we have 119 programs from foundation, undergraduate, and postgraduate. So basically, our university is founded in 2002, and up to today, we have already about 64,000 graduates since the first convocation in 2005. All right, so we have 15 academics, faculties, centers, and so on. So all these academic base, I will also show you and brief you in my later slides. All right, so these are also the recent rankings that we receive by the Times Higher Education and also QS ranking. So the most recent one would be a ranking by Times Higher Education, World University Ranking for 2021. We are ranked in the range of 501 to 600. And in Asia, we are ranked 119. So basically for Malaysia, we are the top private university. And in terms of private and government university, we are the second. Right, so all these blue boxes, they are the rankings given by our Malaysian government, like the Ministry of Higher Education, Ministry of Qualification, agency, and so on. So these are all the recognitions we receive internally in Malaysia and also internationally. Okay. Next, these are some of the uniqueness of our university. We are globally recognized, as we can see from the recognition, a recognized program, affordable fees, and also we have a lot of student supports given to our students, local as well as international students. And also part of the academic program, students must go for industrial exposure, industrial training for 1 semester, which will prepare them before they start their actual work in the society. Okay, so this is the 2 campuses that our university is currently operating in. One is the Kampar campus up here, and the second one would be our city campus in Kuala Lumpur, which is, we call it the Sungai Long campus. So these are some of the sceneries and also some of the facilities that I can show you about our university. And by the end of the presentation, if I do have some time, I would also like to share a short video about our university. Okay, so these are some of the sceneries that we have here. And the first one would be Confucius and Einstein sculpture, which what we would like to portray is the mixture of diffusion of Western and Chinese philosophies, teachings, and cultures that we would like to embed in our students. So in part of the academic program, we have a non-graduating, or we call it just an additional subject for students to learn, which is the Sunji Art of War. So this is part of what we would like the students to know and understand before they actually work. You know, some tactics and strategies to help you cope with the society later. Right, some of the facilities. Okay, so we have mock labs for physiotherapy program, for nursing, for medical program as well. So we have a small lab like what we have in the actual hospital, you know, to show you how you should treat your patient and what is the work ethics like and so on. Right. So this is a summary of what are the fields of studies that we offer to our students. So from accounting based to mathematics, life sciences, social science, medicine, engineering, agriculture science, and creative industry, we do offer all of this program. All right. So for foundation program, we offer foundation in arts and foundation in science, which are mainly targeted at students with IGCSE, O-level, or even students from SMA as well. So it depends on your grade for your SMA. So in generally, students with SMA result or A-level equivalent, you will just need to get, for SMA is 66 points and above, and A-level is 2 principal passes, you'll be able to get entry to the degree program directly. Okay, so these are all the degree programs that we offer. So I will just show you briefly. And if you have any questions for any of this program, you can put in the chat box later, or you can contact us in our booth as well. Okay, so because we have 100 over programs, so I will not be able to share each program here within the 30 minutes. Okay, so mathematics-based, agriculture, arts and social science, even Chinese study, we do offer that in our university. Okay, creative arts will be like digital animation, game design, game development. All these are also offered in our Sungalong city campus in Kuala Lumpur. Engineering programs. And then also our medical and health sciences program. Okay, so we have medical program, physiotherapy, nursing, dietetics, and also Chinese medicine as well. All right, so we come to the postgraduate degree program, which is master and PhD program. If you're looking for that, we do offer programs in the same field of study as well. So we have MBA, the general one, information system, engineering, and so on. So all this show here will be coursework based. Coursework based are where you need to attend classes like what you'll be doing in your degree. So you go for classes about like 5 subjects in a semester, assignment, and then presentation, and so on. So it's similar to what we have in the degree program. And then we also have mixed mode and research based. So mixed mode will be like 1 year on the research, and the half of the year will be on the coursework. So you will go for 1 to 2 semesters of coursework where you attend classes, and then once you complete, you will be fully on research. That will be for mixed mode. And then for research, it's fully on research. So you can do or cover any topic of your choice. Okay, so for research, for our PhD program, they are all available in research mode only. Okay, so we have a PhD in creative arts, PhD in computer science, engineering science, and so on. Okay, so this is the program fees, the fees that we are charging or we are offering to our international students in ringgit and in USD. So perhaps you may need to do a little bit of conversion to Indonesian ringgit, Indonesian currency. Okay, so we will be looking at general undergraduate programs. Okay, so for SMA or A level, that will be the level that you'll be joining. Okay, so what we put here, 56,550 ringgit Malaysia is the total fees for 3 years. Okay, so it's the total fees for the whole 3 years program, which means 13,500 for a business degree for 3 years. Okay, so this is the fees and this is what we meant by affordable fees. Okay, so yeah, engineering will be slightly higher because the program is actually 4 years. All right, so basically that would be the price range for our program, and for masters and PhD, that is the price range for that. Okay, so what about the living expenses and other fees apart from the tuition fees that I showed you just now? So other than the 13,000 that you need to prepare for your tuition fees or your program, you also need to allocate a small amount for your living expenses for the visa, EMGS renewal, student pass, and so on. So this is an estimation. Also, it depends on where you are staying and how much you would like to have for your living expenses. Okay, so a minimum of 800 per month or USD 200 per month is actually sufficient. But of course, if you would like to have a more, relaxed and more affordable living cost, then you should, or you could allocate about 1,000 ringgit Malaysia to, 300 USD. That is actually quite good enough already. Okay, and then for EMGS charges, which is compulsory for all international students, you will need to have a student pass, a medical screening, and so on. So that costs the first year 2,200 ringgit or USD 550, and annual renewal will be about 210 USD. Okay, so for the EMGS application, renewal charges and all these will be assisted by the university. So we will help you to apply for the student visa and also for the renewal. All right. Okay, so we talk about professional recognitions by professional bodies for graduates of our degree program and so on. So let's refer to one of the examples would be accounting program. So students, international, local, any students who complete their degree in accounting or commerce accounting will be able to get exemption for this ACCA, CIMA, and so on. So these are international recognized qualification whereby you can use your ACCA or your Utah graduate degree program and apply for ACCA exemption. And then you can continue with the remaining ACCA paper, which will grant you to a chartered accountant license. Okay, so for ACCA granted chartered accountant license, you can actually work at any parts of the world. Okay, and then the same goes for the engineering program. Engineering program, apart from the Board of Engineer Malaysia, we are also a signatory of Washington Accords. That means any students who graduate from the engineering program can apply for an engineering license under the Washington Accords signatory, which means students who graduate from Utah and engineering graduate from Utah, they can work in Australia, Canada, China, Hong Kong, India, Ireland, Japan, and so on, with a recognition by the engineering board from this signatories country. Okay, so which means that actually you can, graduate from Malaysia and then you can still work in other countries like United States if you're interested in, or even if you can go to Singapore, Russia, and so on. So yeah, that is actually possible with this qualification. Okay, so like I mentioned in my earlier slide, compulsory industrial exposure or industrial training, which means that students must go for this industrial training for 3 to 6 months, depending on your program structure. Then it's actually like how you will be actually working, but you are just engaged with the company for 1 semester or 2. So you will be gaining experience, and whether you can try out, we call it like try out, to see whether you like the program, you like what you're doing, and like what you have studied. Okay, so it gives you a preview of what you'll be doing in the future after you graduate. Okay. All right. So apart from the academic program, the university also prepares and allows students to get exposure to other soft skill or social responsibility programs, such as this New Village project, which is part of the social responsibility project that we would like to teach our students, to give back to the society when they are in need. Okay, so New Village actually means that it's some part of the rural area where they may not get enough education, or they may not have good teaching materials and so on. So through this campaign, our existing student graduates and staff will go to all this New Village community to give to help them with cultural activities, health campaigns, English tuitions, and so on. Okay, so it's a voluntary program where students can apply or they can experience during the 3 years or 4 years of their degree program. All right, so undergraduate research scheme is targeted for students who are planning to go for a master or a PhD in research mode. So this is also not a compulsory subject or program for the degree students. So they will learn how to develop a research, or if they have a project in mind, they do not need to wait until master level to start their research program. So they can even do it in their undergraduate research. So like students from the engineering field especially, or the science field, they have a project or they have something in mind that would like to try out, or to develop to help the society or to help the industry. They can actually start in the undergraduate level. Yeah, so because we encourage students to participate in research, not only when you are only in your master's level, because sometimes youngsters nowadays, they have a lot of things in their mind, the creativity and so on, so they can actually start off even in their undergraduate level. Okay, so international collaboration. This shows that our university has a collaboration with other partner university or the industry from all these economics. So we have partner university and industry partners from Canada, Mexico, United States, in the Europe countries, and in Asia, in Indonesia even. Yeah, we have a lot of universities that we have collaboration with. So let's say you are from Indonesia and then you have joined us for let's say a business degree program. And then since we have partnership with universities from other countries, from Germany maybe, then we have an exchange program for a university from Germany. So you, as an Indonesian student in Utah, so you already experienced your higher secondary in Indonesia and your degree in Malaysia. During this degree program, you can also try out or experience education, or how is it like to live in another country. Okay, so which means as a student of Utah, you can also experience a student exchange in other university or other countries, like in Canada, in Taiwan, in Japan, and so on. Okay, so of course, this will be only available after the pandemic. For now, all our exchange programs are done online. So you can also experience how the online teaching method is in the other university or in the other countries. Yeah, so this is the student exchange program where I just highlighted just now. And then we have inbound and outbound. So inbound meaning that students from other countries will come to Malaysia or to Utah to do the exchange program. And outbound means our students will go to other countries to do the exchange program. So let's say if you have chosen to study your degree in Indonesia, but of course you would like to try out, experience how is it like to study in Utah, you can also apply through the university for our inbound students to apply 1 semester or 2 in Utah. So this is also possible if you would like to, do it that way. Okay, so soft skill development program is also another thing that the university tries to highlight and equip our students before they graduate. Okay, so as an employer, what we are looking at, fresh graduates are like critical thinking, leadership skills, and also communication skills. So all of these will not be taught in your degree program structure. Yeah, so what we used to learn back then is we will experience and develop all our communication skills and critical thinking as we work. That is what we learned in the past. Okay, so now the university tries to put in all these skills in the students during the degree program. So when they graduate, they are well equipped and they are able to compete in the society. Okay, so basically our graduates, 96% of them will get their job within 6 months of graduation. Okay, so this is because that we are quite well known of all these soft skill training that we provide to our students, and they are well equipped with academic and also soft skill skills as well. Okay, so student mobility, some of the programs that we did inbound and outbound. Okay, so we come to the academic requirement in general. So we put here in general for the advanced level, A level, and also O level. Okay, so this is what we require from students with A level or O level in order to join the program. And if you are looking for a postgraduate, these are the requirements that we require you to have. Okay, so apart from the academic requirement, international students who would like to study in Malaysia will need to also have this English language competency as listed here. So this will be the general requirement for students who are applying for undergraduate level. So you will need a you will need a grade of IELTS 5, a minimum grade of IELTS 5 to apply for a direct offer to the degree program. Okay, so if you do not have, then you can join the university's English enhancement program. Start off with the English tuition and then brush up your English before you sit for the IELTS. Okay, this is also another possible way. Okay, so I guess that will be all that I would like to share with you today. So this will be our contact details, our social media account, and our program QR code where you can scan and get the program structure or the list of programs that we offer in our university. So I guess I still have 5 minutes before we move on to the Q&A. So maybe I can just show you our university's video. Okay.
They call me crazy cause I'm facing all my giants. They try to scare me into thinking I can fight it. They tell me I should never even think of trying. But that's just me, I'm gonna live out in defiance. Just like the door. hesitate. Now's our time and we are tempting fate. Now's our time and we won't hesitate to come out.
Okay, so yeah, so that would be what our university look like for both our campuses. Okay, so I think now we can open the floor for questions if there's any, and then I will try to answer your questions accordingly.
Thank you very much, Ms. Jean, for the really informative presentation. Our Q&A session will be open for the next 10 minutes. If the participants have any questions regarding this university, please kindly ask via Zoom chat, or you can also open your microphone. Thank you.
Thank you, Nida. If you have any questions, you can put in any language. If you want to put in Indonesian language or in English, it's also possible. I think our host and co-host here will help us to translate into English or in Indonesian language. Okay, so don't hesitate. Just put any questions if you like in your preferred language.
Okay, so there's a question here. So the question is, can I use the TOEFL ITP or TOEFL institutional program to complete the language proficiency requirement?
Yes, possible. TOEFL IBT is also accepted. Okay, you can have a look at this list of programs that we put here. So IELTS, TOEFL IBT, TOEFL PBT, Pearson Test of English, and Malaysian University English Test is also accepted. So long as you achieve the minimum grade here, which is equivalent to 5, we can accept. Okay, so I think for IELTS, yeah, we can also accept that for now. Yep.
Right, for the next question is, do Uttar have full online program for bachelor and master degree with an established family and full-time work for or those who have a busy schedule and prefer to set their own pace for learning?
Okay, so online classes for did you all get my answers just now? I think my line is unstable just now.
Yeah, I'm sorry, mine was just unstable as well. So, yeah, what a coincidence. Okay, should we re-answer the question or continue to the next question?
Actually, I did answer the question, but I'm not sure whether you heard the question, the answer or not, because both our lines were unstable just now. Maybe Nina, did you heard the question? I mean, did you heard my answer just now in regards of the online learning?
I think
was I cut off just now?
I think it was cut off, yeah.
Oh, okay, so it's okay. So maybe I'll just repeat. For now, we are fully online, but then after the pandemic period, students will need to come back for physical classes. So yeah, until now, the university has not launched any online or distance learning yet. Okay. Yeah, so we can go to the next question.
All right, thank you for the answer. And for the next question is, how do you value the IB certification?
Evaluate the IB certification. Okay, so for IB, because they are also additional score and also a higher level score as well. So for IB, we usually request students to send in their result or their transcript, and then we will evaluate accordingly. Yeah, because some of the subjects required must be in the higher level, some may be additional subjects and so on. So yeah, even apart from IB, if you're having O-level or A-level and you're not sure whether you have met the requirement, you can always send to us, to our WhatsApp, our email, or our social media accounts, and then we will help you to evaluate your eligibility before you apply for the program. Yeah, because the application fees is actually USD 100 or Ringgit Malaysia 300. So we do not want our students, to simply submit an application without checking with us, and then in the end it's not eligible and so on. So yeah, we would like to help you through screening first. Okay, you can send the full transcript to us.
All right, thank you for the answer. And the next question is, would this university be able to help international students with their visa application, such as providing supporting documents?
Yes, the university will help the students to apply for the visa for renewal as well. So before you enter to Malaysia, once you apply for the program, we will assist you and we will apply for the student visa from Malaysia embassy. And then before you enter to Malaysia, the only thing you need to do is to apply for a multiple entry visa. It's a single entry visa to come into Malaysia. Yeah, so that's the only thing you need to do from your end. The other things will be done by the university. Yeah, so we will help you to monitor your student visa, whether it's going to expire, whether you have met the renewal requirement and so on. We have a team, the Department of International Student Services, that will help you.
Okay, thank you for the answer. And moving on to the next question. And is there housing facilities?
Okay, so for both our campuses, there are accommodation nearby to the campus, but accommodations It's available depending on your needs and on your budget. Okay, so we have the accommodation which is nearest to the campus with a lower budget, or if you prefer a better facility or a nicer environment, we can also assist you on that. Yeah, so for both campuses, we have a few in hand that we have already checked and screened through that are suitable and reliable for all international and local students to stay in. And then upon arrival or before your arrival, we will advise and send all the relevant documents to you. And then upon arrival, you can also visit each of the accommodation and then only decide which one you prefer. Okay, of course, if you have a budget beforehand, let's say if you have a lower budget that you can't afford a higher end accommodation, you can also let us know. And then we will try to sort out from our side here and then find a suitable accommodation for your budget.
Thank you for the answer. And moving on to the next question. Is part-time job available for international students or on or off campus?
For a part-time job, we actually advise students to apply for in-campus. Okay, so a part-time job is actually for in-campus is quite light and it does not really affect your academic base. Yeah, so for our university, the academic timetable is quite packed, where students will need to attend lectures, tutorials, assignments, midterm, presentations, and so on. So we actually do not encourage students to apply for a job outside of the university, because that, you know, when you work outside, you need to sign contract, you need to have fixed working hours and so on, which may affect your academic. Okay, so for all students who come all the way to the university to study, we do not wish that, you know, working part-time will affect your academic. Okay, so whatever, if let's say you need and if you wish to work during your leisure time, during weekends, or during your semester break, you can always speak to our Department of Student Services, and then we will help you to find for, you know, non-contract based work in the university. Yeah. Because our university, during the semester break, during the weekends, we have a lot of activities that we will have, we will always like our students to help us with. So if you really need a job, or if you really need some, you know, pocket money to support your living, you can always let us know. Yeah.
All right, thank you for the answer. And moving on to the next question. Is Uttar Campus far from cities or from locations that is maybe important for international students?
For our university, we have two campuses. The city campus in Kuala Lumpur and the other campus in Kampar. Okay, the one where is surrounded by a lake in my background here. Okay, so for this campus is slightly away from the city. It's about 1.5 hours away from the Kuala Lumpur city, but there is a public transportation like train and buses that you can travel from Kuala Lumpur to Kampar directly. Okay, so for the city campus in Kuala Lumpur, of course, it's definitely easier to travel around. You know, from the airport, you can take the train, or the even now we have a lot of Grabs and so on. You can directly move from the airport to the campus easily. Yes. So for the first arrival at in Malaysia, for your first arrival, the university will pick you up. Okay, it is a must that we pick you up from the airport and then bring you to your campus. If you're in Sungalong or if you're in Kampar campus, we will bring you to your campus, and of course we will show you and tell you how you can travel on your own next time. Right? So at the airport, we will show you where you should buy your bus ticket, where you can wait for the bus and so on before you actually leave the airport. Yeah. So for the second time, if you would like to return to your country, or if you would like to, you know, go back for your holidays and so on, you can also reach out to our Department of International Student Services. They will assist you on the arrangement matters. Okay.
Thank you for the answer. And moving on to the next question. What are the requirements for the student exchange program?
Basically, there is no specific requirement. Of course, student exchange program, we actually have two types of student exchange, in fact. One type will be the academic base, where you exchange for one semester in the partner university for one subject or for two subjects and so on. And then the other one will be cultural exchange, where it's not part of your academic program. So that means for the cultural exchange, you will need to defer or stop one semester and then go to another university to experience the culture, and you take up some short courses there. Okay. So in terms of academic, you will not need to pay for another subject, or you do not need to pay for the tuition fees. What you need to do is just to cover your living expenses in the overseas. Okay, whatever you have studied there, you can transfer back to Utah, and it will not affect your graduation period or your semester. But for cultural, yes, it will affect, and there is additional costs for that. So there are two types. So it depends on which one you prefer.
Okay, thank you for the answer. And moving on, how does the university incorporate the soft skills? Is it included in the curriculum, or are they different training programs?
You need to complete certain amount of credit during the 3 years program. So that amount of credit is not like a CGPA or a marks calculated in your academic program. If I'm mistaken, it's just few hours credit, and then you can gain all this credit through participation of events, talks, or if you're holding a position in your clubs and society, all this will add up the grades or the credits to your soft skill competences. Yeah. So from time to time, we do offer talks, soft skill workshop, and so on, where students can apply from the student portal. Okay. So when you apply, we will allocate the gain credit into your account, and then from time to time, it will be refreshed. And then before you graduate, you need to achieve that minimum amount of credit. So that is how we evaluate and how we incorporate this soft skill in your 3 years academic program, and how we evaluate whether you have gained sufficient soft skill or not. So that is how we merge it in your degree program. So it's not part of your academic. It will not affect your CGPA.
Okay, seeing as the time is 11:45, I think we have to close the presentation and the Q&A session. Thank you, Uttar University, for the presentation and Q&A.
Yeah. Yes, thank you for organizing and allowing me to present and share to you. Of course, if you have any questions, you can always drop by our booth, and then we are actually at the Mercury booth. Okay, so you can always drop by, and then you can talk to me, or you can chat with me, or even in our social media we will too. Okay, so thank you all for your time and for listening to my sharing today. Thank you. Hope to see you soon.